Welcome to the Common Man Football Show. My name is James Coburn, and today's episode, we're talking about the San Francisco 49ers versus Arizona Cardinals Week 4 matchup based on analytics. Each week, I collect all of the current 2017 NFL team data in order to analyze and project potential NFL performance. We're only 3 weeks into the season, so it's not the biggest sample size ever. However, there will always be little nuggets of truth in every sample of data you see, which could become bigger nuggets of truth as the season continues. So stick around as I analyze each week's matchups based on analytics. And if you're new to the channel, all terms and definitions will be in the description. So with this matchup between the Arizona Cardinals and the San Francisco 49ers, I'm looking at the NFL Stat Basic comparison. So NFL Stat Basic comparisons is looking at how the offenses are performing, how the defenses are performing, and how special teams is performing, and then gives sort of an overall score for all those things combined. And overwhelmingly, the data favors the Arizona Cardinals. It's kind of close, though. I mean, the Cardinals have about a 15.91 overall score, whereas the San Francisco 49ers have an 8.92. So it's a little bit closer than you think. But let's kind of get into some of the reasons, why this is. Most of the data shows that the Arizona Cardinals defense, when it comes to preventing first down, so the total D score is a score derived from the amount of first downs you're giving up as a defense, whether it's pass or run. And when you look at the Cardinals, they've been performing well when it comes to their defense. They're about an average defense, but they've been performing a lot better than the 49ers defense, which has been below average. Offensively speaking, the 49ers actually have a better offense. I know people might be surprised to hear that, but their rushing offense has been much more efficient. Their passing offense has been much more efficient. They haven't been amazing either. I mean, both these offenses are below average compared to the rest of the NFL, and especially the Cardinals, who have probably the worst offense in the NFL when it comes to creating first downs. But the 49ers are a little bit better. But when you look at the combination of the offense and the defense, it does favor the Cardinals, because the Cardinals defense, just has that sort of favor because of that sort of thing. Then when you look at other sort of things like turnover ratio, right? Pretty evenly matched. The Cardinals definitely have an advantage when it comes to turnover ratio, but it's slight. 42.52 versus 36.06. I mean, come on, give me a break. They're pretty much the same when it comes to turnovers on offense. Sack percentage, in terms of the sacks allowed, I guess is the best way to put it. The Cardinals are a little bit better than the 49ers, but both these teams have not been doing well when it comes to preventing sacks over the course of the last 3 weeks. Offensive score percentage goes in the 49ers' favor. They've been able to put up points on more drives than the Cardinals have up to this point, but preventing points has been more so on the Cardinals' defense, whereas the 49ers have been one of the worst teams in the NFL in terms of preventing points. And then, of course, when you look at both these defenses' ability to make turnovers, neither the Arizona Cardinals defense or the 49ers defense does well in terms of creating turnovers. Creating sacks is more so on the Cardinals, but neither one of these teams is very good in terms of creating sacks. Interceptions is on the Cardinals, but neither team, again, is very good in terms of creating turnovers. And then when you look at special teams, punt return yardage is on the 49ers side. Kick return yardage is on the 49ers side. Defending punt returns is on the 49ers side, but defending kick returns is on the Arizona Cardinals side. And when it comes to field goal percentage, that's on the 49ers side. Extra point percentage is on the Cardinals side, and then punting average is on the Cardinals side. Special teams is kind of a mixed bag. I mean, I kind of give the special teams to the 49ers because they're able to defend punt returns very well. They're able to get more punt return yardage and able to get more kick return yardage. So I think that will be a good field position kind of test. The Cardinals will have advantages when it comes to punting average, but I do think it'll be a good sort of test for them overall. But the basic thing to say is that the overall basic stat comparisons favors the Cardinals, but keep in mind, which is for the end of the show, that the 49ers offense is able to put up more points. And that's something to definitely not ignore when it comes to this particular game. And then, of course, when you get to the completion percentage stuff, I'm not going to get too much into this, but the areas where the 49ers offense has been struggling when it comes to completion percentage is first down situations and second down situations. Then when you look at the Cardinals offense versus the 49ers defense, the areas that the Cardinals have been struggling in is in first down situations and third down situations. They've been above average when it comes to second down completion percentage. Then when you look at rushing data, so this is the 49ers rushing offense versus the Cardinals rushing defense. This pretty much favors the Cardinals defense, to be honest. Pretty evenly matched when it comes to first down situations, but the 49ers in second down situations, I think, are going to have some trouble with the Cardinals defense. So it's pretty evenly matched overall when it comes to creating first downs with the run. When you look at the Cardinals offense versus the 49ers defense, the Cardinals rushing offense has just been bad. First down situations, very below average. When you look at second down situations, they're pretty much the worst rushing offense in the NFL when it comes to creating first downs and second down situations. And then, of course, when you look at third down situations, that's the only advantage the Cardinals really have is third down situations. So overall, I would give this to the 49ers defense. Again, it hates. I mean, if David Johnson was still healthy, I think these numbers would look different. But unfortunately, that isn't the case, and that's why this is what it is. Then, of course, when you look at passing situations, so the 49ers passing offense versus the Cardinals passing defense, overwhelmingly favors the Cardinals defense when it comes to second down situations and third down situations, where the 49ers are really only good at getting conversions in first down situations. So heavily favors the Cardinals defense when it comes to passing situations. And when you look at the Cardinals offense versus the 49ers defense when it comes to passing situations, favors the 49ers defense in terms of first down situations, second down situations, but third down situations is in the Cardinals' favor. So kind of the same sort of situation to a certain extent. And then when you look at sack rate, so this is the ability for the defenses to create sacks in various situations. The Cardinals will have an advantage here. The Cardinals have been very good in terms of most of their sacks have come in first and second down situations. And the 49ers are one of the worst teams in the NFL when it comes to preventing sacks in first down situations. So I think that's going to be a big advantage for them. Then when you look at the Cardinals offense versus the 49ers defense when it comes to sacks, the Cardinals offense is also not very good when it comes to preventing sacks on first down. Whereas the 49ers defense, most of their sacks come in first down situations. So again, another sort of area to kind of consider. Then when you look at interception ratio, the 49ers offense versus the Cardinals defense, most of the interceptions on the Cardinals offense, Cardinals defense, has been in first and second down situations. But the 49ers don't really turn the football over that much in first down situations. They turn it over the most in second down situations. So I think this does favor the Cardinals defense because of that huge disparity. Because if you just look at the ability to create interceptions in second down situations versus the ability to not throw interceptions in those situations, it just favors the Cardinals heavily. So that's why I'm going to go with the Cardinals defense in terms of this situation. Then when you look at the Cardinals offense versus the 49ers defense, pretty much favors the 49ers defense. Most of the interceptions on the Cardinals defense come in first down situations, and that's where the Cardinals have been throwing most of their picks. Like most of the picks or interceptions that have been happening on the Cardinals have come in first down situations. So I think this pretty much favors the 49ers defense. So, overall, how do I feel about this matchup? I don't feel good about it. It's a very close matchup. In terms of who I side with, I tend to side with offenses, especially when it's close. When you have a close matchup, a fairly close matchup, like if the Cardinals defense actually was like above average, like 50 plus, and their offense was a little bit better, I would side with the Cardinals in this particular matchup, if their offense was a little bit better. But it's not a little bit better. And even though the defense of the 49ers is not exactly amazing when it comes to preventing points and stuff like that, I do think that the Cardinals, the 49ers offense has been able to create first downs. I think Carlos Hyde has been performing very well this year. I think Brian Hoyer isn't amazing, but I do think that he's able to generate enough of an offense. So from that kind of perspective, I don't know. That's just how I feel about this particular matchup. It's hard to side with a winning team when your offense is this poor. You know, when you have one of the worst offenses in the NFL when it comes to putting up points, I really question your ability to win this football game, no matter how good your defense is. Which it's really about it's really an average defense when you actually think about it and look at all the numbers. So compared to the rest of the NFL. So yeah, I tend to side with the 49ers. The data favors the Cardinals, but I do tend to side with the 49ers here. So that's going to be my sort of thoughts. But let me know, who do you think is going to win this particular matchup? Are there any players, player matchups, or any things you want to see in this particular game? And of course, my name is James Coburn. You can find my work at draftcoburn.wordpress.com. You can also follow me on Twitter at Geometrics. And if you like this content and you want more content like this, be sure to leave a like and subscribe. Share this video as well with anybody that you know, and I'll talk to you guys in the next video. Peace.